everybody. Welcome, my lovely guest here, Spirit Whisperer, Mark. And we got to talking and lost track of time.
I know, never
Started a
start
little
me
late.
talking
So,
because then you can't shut me up. That's the
yeah,
time.
well, it's a Southern thing. We all have it. It's in the genes. We can't help ourselves.
That's right.
It's from years of growing up on the front porch and talking to everybody that walks by.
Yeah.
And everybody knows your life history and everybody knows everything about you. Yep.
It's like I always thought it was so funny. Like here, when you drive, you always wave to the other driver. It's like, hey, like you know them. I go, well,
Yeah, like
they always
when
wave
I
back.
first moved to Phoenix and I would sit outside and I'd wave at people that drive by and they'd look at me like, who the hell is that? I'd have people ask me, you know that person? I said, no. And they'd be like, why are you waving? I said, because it's polite.
Friendly. I'm just being friendly.
Yeah, it just that's the way I was brought up. We say hello to everybody and we wave at everybody
Why not?
and when they're bad, we just say, well, bless their heart.
That's right.
Instead of saying that stupid idiot.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, it's all in how you deliver that line as to what it means.
Yeah.
I was trying to describe that to somebody the other day. I said it's how you say it that gives you what the meaning is for it.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
it can mean anything from F you to, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
noticing in the comments to some of Granny Manny's videos that she was saying "bless your heart" to a lot of people, and I was wondering, now just how do you mean that, Granny? But you know, she go,
That's
"Why, thank
it.
you and bless your heart." You know, okay.
But we all, I mean, I catch myself saying it all the time. So, what can I say? But so anyway, so what have you got coming up? What you got going? What's
With
cooking
me,
on the back burner?
yeah.
And
Oh, just the regular old stuff. I do 2 regular shows a week. One on Saturday at 4 Eastern, where Pan and I do readings on whatever they want to talk about. And then on Mondays, I pair up with my buddy Debbie, and we do readings just for animals on Mondays. And we alternate channels. This week it's on my channel, and that's at 2 o'clock Eastern.
yeah.
And I do private readings, and I try to do other videos and stuff like that, and just
Well,
whatever.
yeah, because you go on with Allie with the mediums.
Oh yeah, I
You've
forgot
been
that.
doing that a lot.
Yeah, and that's on Thursday nights at 5:30.
Yeah,
I really enjoy reading with those ladies. I do
yeah.
like reading with other people. That's something I hadn't done before YouTube, and I thought I would hate it, but who knew? I like it a lot, and I really enjoy it. And so I've been doing that. And I've been a channel for spirit, since the early 80s, so a long time. And I do work with spirit guides. So when I'm
Right.
doing it, they're always talking to me. And
Yep.
like I
In
said,
your ear, I have these. Yeah.
yeah, it's
I
like
love.
hearing, but it's not really.
Oh, I know. I don't know if you noticed on the promo ad I'd put out. I put little pictures at the bottom of Pan, Walkall, and Master Jesus. I said, I'm gonna put his 3 guys right there.
I saw it and I thought it was so cute. And plus, it was kind of a Jesus picture that reminded me a little bit of Pan.
Yeah, I wanted to find one of him
Side
being
view.
normal.
Yeah. Well, their messages are quite similar, actually.
Yeah.
And I get that all the time. It does feel like different energies, but they do, their messages mesh. Because Jesus, too, was about being a miracle maker, a manifester on the earth and doing it for yourself, not really looking to others to do it for you. And
Right.
that's Pan's always, that's the reason we started the channel, was to hopefully in some way encourage whoever to seek out their own individual relationship with spirit and use it in a practical daily way.
Well, I know when you did my reading on me, it was like halfway through, suddenly you stopped and you said, "Oh, well, they're telling me that you don't need me to tell you what they say. You can channel them directly." And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, "Oh, how do I do that?"
Well,
It hasn't happened yet, but I'm working on it.
yeah.
So,
Well, and that word channeling can kind of encompass a lot of different things. Uh, but you can
I mean,
uh,
I talk to them, but
write, and
yeah,
you can express the message in all different ways because you're inspired by it or whatever. And I know already you hear it, whether you call it that or not. I know you can hear them.
yeah.
Sometimes maybe you think it's just you, but I
You know,
feel them around you quite a bit, and
it
that,
makes me wonder if that's who I heard when I was little. Because
yeah,
when I was like 3, 4, 5, I would hear a man talk to me, like a Darth Vader type voice, that
oh,
deep bass voice. And it would just talk to me and I would talk back. And somebody would walk in the room and say, "Who you talking to?" And I'd say, "God." And they'd be like, "Oh, okay." And just like no big deal. And so that lasted, I don't know, I guess until I was about 8 or 9. And then the voice just went away or I quit hearing it. I don't know which. And
well, I think we get at that time, in school and all that, a lot of it's kind of taught out of us. It's like
yeah,
it gets noisier and noisier and noisier, and it gets you farther and farther away. Because I had that same kind of thing where when I was real little, I was aware of an energy that spoke to me in my ear, and I called it God. I didn't really know. Then I thought maybe it's an angel. I don't know. And I thought, I guess everybody hears this,
well,
but
that's what I thought because they would
nobody
ask me,
ever
"Who are you
taught.
talking to?" And I'd be like, "Well, God." And I'd be like, it was like, "What, you don't hear him?" I don't
Right. And
know.
I felt like it was right from that. And of course, everything does come from God or source. So even the guides, they are a form of God, just like we are. So they're expressing source in their own individual way, just like we do. And also the spirit energies. Uh, Many times they've spent a lot of time on the earth, and so they're
Yeah,
still working with the earth energies, the source energies, but from a different perspective or a different seat. Like Dwalkul is all quite often talks about the spirit council, and it's like, you know, he'll show me like representatives sitting, as if it were around a table, and um, observing humanity, planning different ways of assisting, directing, stuff like that. And so I
yeah.
feel like there's something like that that goes on, I don't know.
Oh, that's it. I mean, it's a lot of times it's like I just know. Suddenly I just know it.
Yeah,
And I'll say, "Well, I'm hearing da 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 da," but technically I don't really hear anything. It's
right.
just the information's just there.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
that's clairsentience. It's just a knowing, and that's something too. It kind
right.
of comes through each of us in our own individual way. Sometimes it's a combination. Like when I read with the girls on Allie's channel, um, several of them immediately get images, and I don't usually. Although if I'm doing private readings and I'm just channeling, and my eyes are closed, and I'm over here at the side, and the guides are doing it, it's like I get to watch. And then I'll get a lot of images in that. So all of a sudden I'm clairvoyant. Um, but just me, it comes through hearing. It sounds
Right.
like hearing, but it isn't really. That's the way it. Like clairvoyant is. It's like seeing, but it's not really. It's always that little bit. It's sort of like seeing. It's more like seeing than something else, but it's not exactly like seeing. It's the same thing. Well, it's more like hearing, but I can't say it's exactly hearing.
One of your babies just joined us.
Yeah, I went out and raked some leaves, and she came out there with me, and then she's laying in the sun. But just I was thinking about that, and I said, well, she's going to come in a minute, and here she came. She goes, "Wait a minute, we're doing channeling. I got to be in there." The other one is in her seat, like always.
Yeah, I see the other little one. That one's always right there behind you. So
always takes her position.
Mine have actually all left the building, so
Mine
because
thinks they're
kitten has gotten big. And she wants to come lay up here
yeah.
on top of everything and knock stuff down, and so it's like, it's like
Yeah, luckily the cats all want to stay the other direction because otherwise they'd be stepping on everything right in front of me. But they usually the
that's it.
dogs are taking that role, and they're my grounders when I do YouTube and private readings. Are always here for all of it. So, are we going to read today? What are we going to do?
We are. So if y'all have any questions, please put them in all caps so I can see them, or they'll fly right by me. You can stick a couple of emojis in there while you're at it. And I don't really have any, I guess, I don't really have anything to throw out there to start with. I got,
How are you feeling about the election, Sherry?
you know, I'm actually feeling very positive about it. I really am. I'm really feeling like it's gonna shock a lot of people. I think just how many people come out and vote.
Yeah.
I know I just got my ballot yesterday, um, for a first in Louisiana electronic ballot through the
Oh, yeah.
email, and because I've been getting mail-in ballots for years,
Right.
and then the last time when I went in to go check, make sure everything was good on my registration, they had the option of electronic. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's see what that does. And so they emailed me my ballot, and I go into a secure server and fill it out and click submit. So I'll do
One thing
that.
I loved about California that I miss here is they always sent you a sample ballot. So you had everything, you could look at it, know
Yeah.
exactly what you were going to do when you went there. They don't do that in Kentucky, so that's a little aggravating. But I
Huh.
did
Now,
finally
see,
see,
here you can go to the voter registrar's portal, the
yeah,
voter,
I know, I finally figured
and you
that
can
out.
download or just open up a sample ballot.
Right. So
You
I
know,
figured that
you
out.
can
And now I
see the
found out that we can
questions.
early vote tomorrow. So I might go ahead and do that. It depends on how many people. But I do get a lot of people are being called to go vote, just in their own self, in their
Yeah.
own person. And I do think it's going to be quite a dramatic. Well, I've already been seeing on the news that just the early voting and everything is way already a lot more than
Voted.
ever before and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Oprah
Yeah.
did
I
announce
mean,
support for that.
um,
Yeah. So I
uh,
think it will be. I also think there's going to be a couple of instances, a couple of states where there's shenanigans by the Republicans. So there's going to be a little bit of a, but in the end, I feel like that's even going to work out.
and that's one of the things I've been worried about because, like you, I'm in a very red state. Currently, we have a Democratic governor, but he's already served 2 terms, so he can't run again. I think he goes up. I think we vote for governor in 24 when the presidential election hits. And the right now, the number one contender is our attorney general, who is a major Trumper. He was one of the first attorney generals to jump on the bandwagon and start signing off on those lawsuits. He was like, "Oh God, please, he
Yeah.
can't." We finally got a little bit of some progressive stuff going on
We
here.
have a horrible, Senate and Congress, but we actually have a Democratic governor here in Kentucky too, and I actually like him a whole lot. But our senators are just horrible.
Well, that's us. We've got a
Thinking,
predominantly Republican Senate and House for the state level, and even on the federal level. And it's one of our senators, our federal senators, Kennedy, has been running ads nonstop, talking about it's how it's Biden's fault for this and the Democrats' fault for that. but how we got this done and that done and the other done. And I sit there and go, and you voted against every damn one of those bills that came up. And now you're going to do an ad and talk about how wonderful it is that we got this stuff done.
But
But
we
you
already
voted
know for a fact that if the Republicans are talking, they're lying because that's
yes.
like the truth to them. So it doesn't make any difference what they just say anything to get their end result. So I don't know. I just feel like at this point, vote blue, and that's just it. Because the other side, they've proven now forever that they do not have the best interest of the people in mind. They don't give a crap. And it's only about take care of themselves and their rich friends. That's really the bottom line. And they don't really care who gets hurt as long as they get their end result. So
That's what gets me is I know our other senator Cassidy, he actually crossed over and started working with the Democrats. He got us a couple of $1 billion for Louisiana for infrastructure, which we so desperately need, and has been just royally roasted in the press down here for working with the other side. It's like, come on, he's doing it for all of us, so we all do well.
all of that negative crap comes from the same place.
Yeah,
And it's all around the world and it's being flushed out everywhere to get rid of it. But I really think large numbers of Americans, including a lot of young people, are going to step forward and like raise their hand, step up for like truth. It's going to sound corny, like truth, justice, and the American way. You know,
yeah.
but like I just really feel, regardless of, I don't feel like
The
I'm voting
amount
for a
of
party.
early
I'm
voting
voting
already.
for truth. Just I'm not really voting for Democrat or whatever. I just feel like people are going to stand up to vote for themselves, and I think it's going to make a big old difference here. And I think it's going to happen in other places in the world as well.
Heather, how do you know if a Republican is lying when their lips are moving?
That's exactly true, Indigo.
And that is more true than anyone will ever know.
And plus, they've even just proved it to us over and over and over. You have to have your head so buried in the sand at this point not to just see it because it's like they put it on a billboard and wear it.
I don't understand how they can have rallies and do ads and talk about they're gonna cut Social Security and take away Medicare, and then they have all these seniors wanting to vote for them. It's like I don't get that.
I don't either. I don't understand how a single woman on the planet would vote for them.
I, I don't see how anybody would, but
But I mean, as far as like getting rid of your rights, I just think no. And I'm not that, no, just no. And I don't see how any woman could just say, well, okay, I don't know.
when it happened, when they
Or
when
any
the
gay person, they're all, that's next. Let's
yeah,
get,
that's next. They're
how could
coming for
any of
y'all
you
after us.
possibly,
So
really, any person of color, how could you possibly? They don't have any of your interests
at all,
in
no,
mind.
none.
Or if you're poor,
Yeah,
if
none.
you're poor and white, guess
If you're
what?
not a
They don't
rich,
care about you.
if you're not a rich white man, they have
They
no
don't care.
interest in what you have.
Why
It
are
just
you voting
it
for them?
blows my mind to watch people just regurgitate the the lying talking points over and over again. It's like, are you listening? I have my cousin who I love to death. He and I grew up together, but he's a hardcore Republican. And he'll get on the phone with me and he'll start regurgitating all this crap. And I'm like, do you listen to yourself? I said, you're talking about how you're mad because the government did this, that, and the other. And then you turn around and say, what, you're going to go vote for the Republicans. Who do you think did that?
I know that this is crazy.
It wasn't the Democrats, you know? So, yeah, I just, okay. Question number one.
Why won't Samantha eat?
I don't know who Samantha is. I'm assuming that's a fur baby.
Lost five.
So, MJ, if you could tell us who Samantha is, that would help.
She has a doggy. in her picture, so it might be a dog.
Dog. Okay, it's her dog.
I know you do have a dog, MJ. Yeah, dog.
A
Okay,
dog.
Samantha eat. She lost 5 pounds since April. Okay, you're gonna. Okay, she's saying, well, I've been on a diet. I think she's kind of following your lead a little bit. I know that you have been, on a weight loss program, and I feel like she's been mirroring you a little bit.
Showing you support.
Yeah, and also dropping. I know you're going to say, well, she doesn't really need to lose weight, but she thinks, yeah, I'm being a supportive family member. It's pretty funny, but she keeps insisting that she's not sick or anything. She's just choosing. She says, I'm choosing to slim down. Um,
That's great.
Pretty cute. But I'm going to say, MJ, is she little punk to begin with? Tell her to stop, okay? That's my thing.
This is your department. I'm afraid I don't talk to the animals.
Okay. Yeah, I know, guys. And when I laugh because the animals are so funny to me. I'm never laughing at your situation or anything like that. But the animals are so funny sometimes.
Well, they take things. Sometimes I think and maybe I am reading them and don't know it, but a lot of times I just feel like they look at you. It's like I see the way my son's dog looks at him. And it's like, geez, if I could find somebody to look at me like that, my life would be complete.
There's so much about unconditional love and support, and they like to be a part of you, of their
Yeah.
human counterpart. That's part of that experience for them too. And they get closer and closer to humans, and they begin to emotionally, they really can pick up on how you're feeling, how you're not feeling. In this way, she was supporting you. And I'm going to say, that's okay then. Um, you can both put on the brakes a little bit. MJ too. Um, and you can support her in other ways. There you go. She goes, okay. I feel like she wanted to tell you that though, MJ. And that's probably why you brought that up. She wanted to let you know how her support is, how she's able to support you in different ways. Because she's almost, she's proud of her accomplishment. I think like you are. It's like a little mini me. It's a little reflection of you. She loves you a ton. Her name is Samantha, yeah.
Yeah.
And, like bosom buddy territory, like attached kind of to you. So, yeah, that's great. But I did tell her, you don't have to lose any more weight.
You can eat now. Okay, here we go. Next in line.
I also feel like maybe a couple of treats got cut out or something. Maybe.
You see, I've cut back on my animals getting wet food.
And maybe she
Like
didn't
it's
get as
just a
many
weekend thing now.
snacks off a plate or something like that.
My cat,
Yeah.
my kitten, she doesn't just come nibble on something on your plate.
Yeah.
She will reach over and grab it with her claws, and you'll yank it off the plate and take off running. I had some chicken sitting out last week to make gumbo, and I had just some chicken breasts sitting on a plate, but they were inside a plastic baggie. And she jumped up over the window in the kitchen grabbed that bag and he took off running to the living room up under the sofa. We like I was having to like move furniture to get the bag of chicken back from her.
That's so funny. Yeah.
She's a trip.
I had a dream of Einstein last night with symbols, and it was all in gold. And Einstein himself. What does this dream mean? To go.
Einstein. Okay, wait. Is Einstein an animal? Or are you talking about?
I think she means Albert. Oh,
Are you talking about Albert Einstein?
yeah, that would be good to know. Look at symbols and words, glittery gold. Yeah, I think she means Albert Einstein.
Okay.
I think. But sometimes my thinking cannot be. Oh, yeah, Albert Einstein. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I've got some more of y'all stuff starred here. So that was just a time when you could use Kate. Um, I mean, all in gold, maybe because what he taught us was so important that you equate it with gold. It's just, I'm just thinking, there's so much of our life today that's better because of what he's discovered
Right.
did.
Hmm. So, guys who don't know me or this first time seeing me, usually I just, I'm just listen because all my messages comes from the guides I work with. So I listen first, and then a lot of times I'll ask for the cards to reflect that. They have like a visual, confirmation. Um, so that's why sometimes I'm quiet in my eyes. If my eyes go closed, that's usually what's going on.
They're talking to him.
Or they're talking to me, kind of. I feel like, yeah. Go ahead though, Sherry. What you were starting on.
Well, I was trying to pull a few cards here. The first thing I pulled was a full moon eclipse. It says conclusions are within reach. So maybe there's something to do with his work that somehow you've been given a little glimpse that it's going to come out. Maybe a new discovery rediscovered, so to speak. Geez, he did so much stuff. Yeah, he was such a brilliant mind. And then I pulled visualize a simpler time, childhood memories.
Hmm.
So that just makes me think it's hard to express. The importance of what he did is important to you. I just keep feeling like maybe something's going to come out, some new rediscovery of something that he did or he worked on that in some way is going to touch us, all of us. Um, I mean, that's Einstein, that's wisdom, that's intelligence, that's a lot of what he worked with was symbols, mathematical symbols that to most of us look like gobbledygook, but
Yeah. Well, Oops, I need my glasses. I can't see this card. Hmm. Well, he's talking about your brain, your mind. I feel like, first of all, I think you're smart. But, I'm getting like Space Brother energy. And it was so interesting. Sherry pulled that card. It looked like two aliens head to head.
Mm-hmm.
And I was already thinking that. And then I went, oh, now she drew that card. Because this doesn't come up all the time. It's rare, but occasionally. So I feel like almost like they were communicating to you in that dream using his image, because they were talking about this mental connection, this mental energy, this mental power that you can use for good and for creation and for manifesting, creating things. And you don't have to be Einstein to do it. They're like comparing you. You too can do it. I drew some cards, and it's a lot of golden coins, but you saw him in gold. So again, coins to me are manifesting, physical things. It's about money, things on the earth, but it's also got this ancestor kind of energy here. So it's the whole family, it's the group. So doing it, it's kind of like taking what you know and using it for the group. So I feel like they're encouraging you to open up for more opportunity, because then you get the Ace of Pentacles, and that's like a new opportunity on the way, like here on the earth, a new way to express yourself on the earth, um, and use your brain and use your mind, and use your connection to your guides. Yeah, I think it is a spirit guide, Indigo. But also, I don't know if you've ever felt a connection to like space brothers or sisters, but it could be that. And that's also, that can be a guide. They can be guides as well. That's
Yeah.
all spirit. It all comes from the same place. It's just a different form of expression. But I felt like they put on that Einstein costume because that was better to. It was better to get their point across, or something. Or you were more open to that, or something.
Here you go. That makes sense. Okay. Next, we got Miss Flowing here, who would love to have a birthday reading. Her birthday's coming up on the 8th.
On the election day.
Oh, boy. But see, now that's a good thing, because I was just saying I feel very positive about this election. So your birthday is just going to be one more reason to celebrate.
Right. I feel positive too, but everybody has to vote.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't give anybody the
Doesn't help
excuse
if you
not to
don't
vote.
actually do it.
Yeah, no matter how positive I might feel, everybody got to vote. A birthday reading for Ms. Blowing. Oh yeah, the eclipse too. that as well.
Okay,
Hmm.
I'm going to start out. First, I pulled Sacred Alignment, as you can see here. Basically, this card is the equivalent of the Chariot in the tarot. And it's telling you that you're moving, your path is bringing you to more mystical knowledge, that that more and more is going to be opening up to you. And then I pulled Witch, Healer, and that tells me that the mystery and magic of the old ways are beckoning for you to tap into them again. Another way for you to grow your gifts and to open up and let spirit talk to you. You're a healer, an empath. There are even greater things coming forward that you just have to open yourself up to hear when it's coming. And then I ended with the Seven of Wands, which is competition, protection, perseverance, maintaining control. It's you're going to face challenges. There are things that are going to come up that's going to challenge your current beliefs, that may challenge what it is you're dealing with on a personal level. But spirit is telling you you're moving in the right direction. You've got you've got the ability to reach into the old ways and use that to strengthen yourself and to help others. And then this is just telling you that you're willing to face a challenge, you're willing to compete, you're willing to do what it is that's necessary for you to continue to grow. And that is something that's a personal choice we all have to make, because we can either shut off the spigot and shove it back in the closet and pretend it doesn't exist. We can open up the doors wide, let everything out, and just let it flow. And I think that's what Spirit's trying to get across to you for your birthday, that you've got another year, you've added another year to your belt. You've got lots more stuff coming. So hang on for the ride.
Yeah. Um, First of all, I get you're working on your spirituality for a bit. I don't really know you flowing, but I'm just going to trust that you have. And because the cards say so. And you've got a lot to back it up with. You know, you've studied, you've worked, you've practiced. And that's even just your relationship with Source and realizing that you're in this positive working relationship. But see, you've got all these great wands behind you, so you've built up all the support system, and you're ready to move forward. Here's a new wand to go forward with. So you're ready to go forward. Then the cards just took a minute to say, "Happy birthday!"
That's perfect.
with the sun card. And they wanted to say that. So, and they also want to say it's going to be a great, fun day, positive, with a lot of like sunlight shining. I think there's going to be some good energy reported on about the election too. So it's going to kind of be a bright day, even though there'll be a little bit of uh, shading the light a little bit, but still behind that little shade, it's bright, bright. I think it's all indicating a bright, happy birthday. It's really the perfect card for your birthday is the sun. Then there'll be a little time to pause and recharge after your birthday. Four of swords. Wow, I'm going crazy. Um, but this is like a pause to refresh. See that beautiful rainbow coming in. So realigning, centering, because a new adventure, a new opportunity is coming for you to move in. And look at all these wands today. And wands are the spirit body, the four
And I
bodies.
pulled wands too.
And that's inspiration. And even that wand she had, that's like showing that you're strong enough to defend your position. He's up there with all those people pointing wands at him, but he doesn't back down. He just goes, point your wands all you want. I know what's right. I know the difference between right and wrong. So I feel like it's an opportunity coming, an inspired opportunity, and probably that in some way, obviously, strengthens your relationship with spirit, I think, which is why they're using these wands.
All right. Next, we've got LR. I'll be going to my daughter's house. I'm going to make it easier for them. Well, just off the top of my head, I would say maybe do a couple of little mini visits. Bring them over there, let them get comfortable with their surroundings and the location while you're there to comfort them so that when you leave them, they're not suddenly in a new place with different people and different smells, and you're not there to make them feel safe. That's just off the top of my head. So
Yeah, I know, Flo. I saw that. Those that card with all those wands behind him. I could see that you've studied and learned. You've purposely studied about spirituality and stuff. So I love that. You say you do. Ooh, that gave me goosebumps. Yeah. So Poppy and Lino is the cat and dog's name. Poppy, golden retriever.
Lino is my cat. Okay.
Well, they already know your daughter. I feel like it's like that's not going to be a big surprise, and they like her fine. Just tell them. That's the first thing I hear. Is just talk to them like you talk to your daughter, and tell them the plan. We're going to be gone for 2 weeks. Our daughter, whatever her name is going to be taking care of you. It's just temporary. We'll be back. And you'll help serve us by just enjoying the vacation with our daughter. Just tell them what's going to happen. So it's not a surprise if you haven't already. But just say it out loud as if they can understand you. Because a lot of times when I do readings for animals, a lot of times it boils down to just a miscommunication or a lack of communication. Just give them the scoop what's going to go on. But I feel like they're going to do pretty good. They already, as far as I can tell, know your daughter and like her. So it's just going to be getting used to the not being in their own house. And they might be a little out of sorts for the first day. That's natural, though. It's also natural for a cat to show you that they're a little out of sorts. But the cat will be the one that's a little more kind of aggravated. The dog will do a lot better. They're both going to be fine, though. LR72. cat is unusual. Aren't they all? No, just kidding.
Yes.
Kitty cats, they are quite the characters. They're going to be fine, though. Just trust. Everything's going to be okay. I get this little kitty cat jumping. Trust. Take the leap. First it said, I can't do it, but then it turned into I can. It's all going to be okay. She might be a little bit ornery just that first day, a little bit, but she's going to, join along. The dog's also going to say, this is what we're supposed to do. I feel like the dog sometimes tells the cat how to act.
I think it's the other way in our house. Both of our dogs are still terrified of that cat. I pulled a couple of cards for you too. I got love yourself. Quit beating yourself up. They'll get over it. Believe me. The few times I had to put my cat in with boarding when I would go away for a week or something, it would take 2 or 3 days before he would not deliberately walk up to me and then turn his back to me. Like he wanted me to be sure I knew he was pissed. And it's just your feeling that your commitment's being tested. They want to make sure that okay, I may not have been real happy with this in the beginning, but you didn't bring us somewhere horrible. You did come back. So they're gonna get over it. And it's gonna be with someone that they know. And like I said, and from the beginning, and I'm now the more I think about it, the more I think that was just spirit shoving that in my head right away in the beginning when I said just take him over for some mini visits. Let him get comfortable. Because I don't know where that came from. It wasn't my normal thoughts. So, and then I pulled the Eight of Swords reversed. An inner critic, negative thoughts. Quit beating yourself up. They're going to be fine. They're going to get over it. And they're going to be so happy to see you when you get home. That's almost worth it. That in and of itself, especially the dog. The cat may decide to be a little difficult, but the dog is going to just be all over you.
Yeah.
Because mama came home, so.
Right. And the doggy's going to be the one mostly holding down the fort while you're gone, I feel like, a little bit more, and kind of the one, you know, um, she's going to miss you, or he, I can't remember now, but holding down the fort. See, like patience any day, kind of waiting for you to get back. But he's going to kind of keep things in place while you're gone and make sure they behave and stuff. But I feel like he's the one taking on the responsibility to make sure things go. He's going to miss you and be so excited when you get home, but they don't kind of experience time exactly the same way we do, because he'll be kind of in the moment most of the time with your daughter, and so it won't be there's not like they sit around moping away, especially if you let them know before you go. And actually, in the end, it'll be good for them. Break through, be bold. It'll they'll grow from the experience. Oh, Poppy, yeah, that's a little doggy's name, Poppy. Gentle angel, but she seems like she wants to step up to be of service. She wants you guys to be happy with the final result. And I like what Sherry said. She's just going to be all over you when you come home. And I feel like maybe little pussy puss is going to go, yeah, who cares? At first. And then she'll be in your lap and stuff like, yeah, I did actually miss you, but I don't know. I was a little aggravated.
Yep.
And I need to show that a little bit. Yeah. But doggy's going to be, yay!
That dog is gonna knock you down. All right, let's see who's next. Lisa. Miss Lisa Foster. That's a kitten I rescued out of Virginia yesterday. I have a owner. Mm. You know, the last cat we rescued moved in.
Right.
Like Mark told me right after we got her, he's like, she was just like, I've been waiting for you. It took you long enough to find me.
Yeah. I feel like she's kind of born from a like more feral cat. I don't think she has a home, or he, whatever it is. Um, but I also think you're just meant to be a connector, and I do think you're going to connect the little kitten to this person who's already Stephanie, who's already asked for it. I think I get stay the course, which means that's a good. Be persistent with that, and just go ahead, go through with it. Like let this person adopt him, and just expect it to be a good match. Expect the best expectation. Here's little kitty. You're going to rescue it, and you've already got like a home, potential home, and so you're just acting as a temporary um, holding her. I feel like in the end, though, this person's going to pamper and indulge the kitty, and it's going to be spoiled rotten. So I feel like it's pretty good.
First thing I pulled was the Two of Swords. So you've got a decision to make, and I would say to just sleep on it a couple of nights. You know, this person that's offered to take the kitten, cat, whatever, may be the right person for that animal. Then again, somebody else may step up and say, you know what, I think I want that cat. And you're just gonna have to really let spirit lead you. I know that you're always showcasing and fostering pets online. I see it on your Facebook, and you're one of the fortunate ones. You have the space and the time to do that. So that's a good thing. Then I also pulled the Hierophant, which is trusting that the decision you make will be the right decision. I think this is just spirit trying to tell you to trust yourself, to follow what you feel is right, and to trust yourself. Don't question yourself so much. Followed by the Three of Cups, where everybody's going to have a party and everybody's going to be happy. So they've already started. They're already partying. They got their cups up and they're dancing the night away. So, um, yeah, I think it's going to be. I feel like it's a good thing, and maybe it needs to go through you for this animal to calm down enough to be a house cat. And even then, they may still wind up being the kind of cat that roams outside all the time. I mean, I had my big old tomcat that I had that he was a house cat, but boy, let him go out at night and he was gone for the evening. He go visit all his lady friends or something, I guess, because he would stay gone for a while, but he had himself a wonderful time. And he was always home in the morning. So,
Well, and plus, Lisa, it feels to me like you already made your decision. So I'm not really sure why you asked the question because you already know what you're going to do. Um, so I don't even know why you included her in the question. You know what I mean? Um, That's a little confusing to me. But I say go with your gut and do what you know and don't second guess it.
Yeah.
You don't feel like this kitten's for you. It's supposed to be for someone else, but do what you think's best.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, let's see. Next up, we've got Viviani. I can't. Somerset and Joni would like to tell me.
Somerset and Joni would like to tell me anything. Okay, Somerset and Joni would like to tell me, please. Well, let's see if they want to say something through the cards. I don't get like a burning need or something like that. Somerset and Joni.
I can't sing at all. Can't carry a tune in a bucket. Hard as I try.
Hmm. They both feel, pretty happy, going along with things as they normally do. It's like not much, nothing out of the ordinary. I don't feel. It's like la la la. They each do their kind of own thing. They have their own things, but it's just sort of going along. They're happy, content. Is there anything you want to say specifically, Pussycats? Can you use these cards? They like to be like kind of get it from both of them, like to be like a familiar kind of a pet. So they enjoy when you do meditation or energy work or stuff like that. They like that. They like to be right there involved in it. See, this little kitty's got her crystals and everything all around her, and she's got this swirl of energy spinning, like working with energy. So I feel like they like that. So sometimes they might seem a little more quiet, a little less, um, frisky than the boys. Like you said, the boys sometimes bug them. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Cherry.
All right, you ready for me?
Yep.
First thing I pulled was find your soul family, circle of life. I think this is just their way of trying to let you know you have your family with you right there. They're your family. They complete your circle of life. They're part of who you are, you're part of who they are. Because then I turned around and pulled the Emperor. And I think that that's how they see you, as their leader, the one that takes care of them, the one that loves them, the one that includes them within their family so that they feel safe They feel secure. They feel comforted. They feel loved. And that kind of all goes hand in hand together. Um, I think if they could talk to you, I just feel like they would be telling you, "We got you covered. We're right here for you. You got us covered. You're right there for us. So we're complete. We're a family." And
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting from them.
I agree with that. And then just drew one final card, which is the Four of Clubs, which is also the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is that happy home and family card where you're content at home. And here he's having him some marshmallows. But they're happy. I feel like they're very happy and content at home.
Yep. And she says those are her kids. She
Yeah,
doesn't have human kids.
yeah.
So yeah, I get it. I mean,
The big message to
even
them.
though I have a human kid
Yeah.
who's grown, my animals are still my children. I mean, okay, last but not least,
My lovely.
we've got Amanda, dry eye. Hmm. I definitely feel like seeing a specialist because you don't want whatever this is to cause irreparable damage. I'm just getting very strongly take them to a specialist and make sure that it's not something more serious. To just kind of give yourself the assurance, maybe it's just an allergy.
What's the
Maybe that,
symptoms? Yeah, of it, Amanda. I don't know about dry eye personally. I mean,
I mean, I have dry eye as a human, and I know I have to do special eye drops every day, two, three times a day and whatnot. Because when you have dry eye, your eyes tend to overproduce tears, which makes them drier. Go figure that one out. That's from a human perspective. I'm assuming, I'm not a vet, so I don't know, but I'm assuming that that's probably kind of the same for a dog.
it's zero tear production, she says. Well, I know it's all from the best intention, but I feel like it's a little bit of overkill as far as almost too many opinions and too many um, treatments. Um, so I kind of feel like pick one and stick with it instead of changing and everything. Uh, two meds twice a day plus human eye drops and warm cloths. Well, that sounds like a lot, but does that help? It's a little like almost too much attention on it. It's really important to always try to keep your thoughts as positive as can be because the animals will read your thoughts and try to live up to them. So if you begin to fall into, oh no, dry eye, dry, and you're doing it all the time, it's possible that they'll start buying into that and it'll become worse. It could just show itself, and then maybe it is possible sometimes that things like that fix themselves too. So don't get too hooked on a particular end result, even if the doctor's telling you. This morning, before I was getting ready to do a private reading, and my neighbor came running over, Mark, you have to come see my dog. He's not doing well, or she. And could you please come, heal her? So I did my reading. Then I did go over there because I love that dog. And, she came out, immediately laid down on the floor, turned over and gave me her boo-boo up in the air for me to fix it. But with that, I'm not saying you're doing this, Amanda, but he'd already kind of was focusing on the worst case scenario, and that is the only outcome that would be possible, sort of. And I understand that, and it's okay when those things come up, but you can't just grab them and own them, because what can happen is, your thoughts create your reality, and your animals try to reflect your thoughts. They try to live up to them. So you just want to kind of manage your thinking a little bit about it. I still get overkill on it, a little too many remedies, too much attention on it. So, you can step back a little. Or if you do decide to go to a specialist, then pick one, stick with it, and don't keep changing. Stick with one. It's almost like too many
Too
cooks
many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yeah, too many cooks in the kitchen like that. So stick with, pick one and stick with it like that. I feel like that's the best info. Oh, and she says, also, I think my dog Sparky has passed. That has passed. I know you know that. It is around at times.
Now, I went ahead and pulled some cards for you.
Yep.
First, I started with the Queen of Cups. That's a lot of divine feminine energy there. That's a lot of emotion. You're the one that's emotional about how do I fix my dog. And it may just be a matter of backing off a little bit, like Mark was saying, and just let the medications do what they're supposed to do. Sometimes you can do too much and aggravate it more than make it better. Then I pull the Queen of Swords. Clear-minded perspective. So don't let your emotions override your clear-minded perspective on things. Again, I think Mark said it perfectly. Find a specialist and then stick to that one person and follow that plan. I mean, you start hopping around from one vet to another, they're going to have you spinning in circles and not making it any better for your little fur baby. So, and then I pull the Four of Cups, telling you to contemplate, to meditate. Just take it easy for a little bit. Step back and see what's working, what's not. Find your specialist, and then just follow with what they say and try not to do it into overkill. Give it a little breathing room there, so that you're so
what
that
a cute mix. You have Chihuahua and part Chow. He must be cute as a bug.
oh my goodness, that sounds.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to get better. I feel like it might not be like, as bad as sometimes you hear or whatever. It feels like it's going to get better. Because I pulled three little cards here. So this one says solitude, time to restore. But that's talking about that. Let's get one program and stick to it. It's not saying be completely alone, but it's sort of like, let's don't get a big crowd, too many cooks. Let's just get one. But it says time to restore. So that's also talking about, I'm looking to get better. Little mister here. Looks like a little terrier. But then allowing, let it happen. So go ahead, put your mindset that we can get this better, and we can allow healing to take place by sticking to like sort of a simple program. And then I finally get clarity right under your nose. And look at his little eyes. I feel like that's, look, he's kind of got sand all over his eyes. But I feel like that, getting clarity, getting back his eyes working better. So these all three of these cards made me feel like recovery is in the future. And I
Yeah.
know everything you've done out of love. So there's no criticism about that. It's the same thing with my friend Lisa. Everything she does is out of love. And then sometimes, then all of a sudden the universe just gives you a big bunch of stuff. And you go, ah! So, you have to kind of step back a little bit. You're trying to almost to do too much. So it's like, okay, step back one step because we got this, but it's too much at once. Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so. I'm making sure I haven't missed anything. Amy said I missed her question.
Oops.
I never saw it. I'm trying to find it.
So
She
easy
hasn't
to
put it
do.
back in yet. So, um, but I can only go back so far, and it won't let me go back any further. Uh, yeah, it's gone, Amy. If you want a reading on it, you have to put it back in because I'm not finding it.
Yep, that happens.
Because we've been at this a little over an hour, and I don't want to take up too much of Mark's time because
Wait off your
I don't
shoulder.
abuse my my time on his time. So that way he'll come back and visit us again.
Well, I normally go, 90 minutes normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
My
I'm
regular.
trying to ease them back closer to an hour because a lot of people get tired or they have other shows or other readings. And so it's like I've been trying to scale it back a little bit because I get going and I lose track of the time. And
I do that too. Plus, when I work with the way I do this and with spirit, it gives me energy because I
yeah,
think they're
yeah, I get really energized when I'm doing this.
on it. Yeah.
I'll be tired as all get out when I get started. Then I'm all pumped by the time I'm done. And
Glad to see Gina got some food in her belly. Hi, Gina.
all right.
Well, we got a lot of animal questions, but sometimes that happens if it's people who know me.
That's okay. I mean, people know they can ask you animal questions, and so
I actually like to read on everything, so it's not like that I only want you to ask me. I'm fine with that, but I mean,
you can do other things too.
yeah, but you like that, and that's great.
Okay, here's Amy's question. She put it back in. You have they passed, Amy?
Cookie, Renee, I miss them.
I bet yeah, I think that's what she was trying to say. Is I
So
missed.
they probably passed. Cookie, Renee, Bartlett. Yes.
Yes. Okay, they passed. Cookie Renee Bartlett.
My shirt's coming undone. I wore my alligator shirt today because I came to the swamp. These little alligator teeth buttons.
Oh, that's cute.
They want to sneak out of the hose, and I look down and my whole stomach's hanging out. That's appropriate. Okay.
Oh goodness.
I love that name, Bartlett. Little Bartlett pair. Bartlett, Renee, and Cookie.
Yeah, that's not a usual name you see for an animal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Amy Martin. My girls are pooped and sleeping. They have a job. They can sleep while they do it. Uh-oh. Well, these cards are going in a certain direction here. I'm going to draw one more. Is this from Bartlett? She looked like a bear when we got her. Bartlett did. Every brunch she didn't look bad anymore. Oh well. Which one passed the most recently? Was that Bartlett? I feel like maybe it might be Bartlett that's kind of talking to me. Okay, well, I don't really need to draw any more about that because it just keeps telling me it's not gonna. Well, I feel like, Amy, one of them, at least, perhaps Bartlett, wants to. Oh, did Bartlett leave? Yeah, wants to return. There you go. Manifest from thought form. So think about him so he can return. Look at him manifesting a nice, delicious goldfish. But just as soon as they give me this manifest card and this little kitty, it's like, manifest me back, bring me back. Embrace the unknown, grab the mystery, make this happen. So, you know, boy, 19-year-old tortoiseshell. Look at him. There he sits, looking up into the clouds, looking up into the heavens, looking up into the unknown. So another card that makes me feel like they would like to manifest this with you, little puss puss. Maybe Bartlett or the other, but I keep getting the light on Bartlett. And then finally, it's like flexibility, stretch your limits. So even if you think that can't even be possible, or that, how would I even do that? I feel like he wants you to put that in your mind, put that in your brain, put that in your possibilities. And look, here in this one, he's a little kitten, returning in kitten form, like starting again. So I don't know. Those three cards feel like that's what it's saying to me. And I think it might be Bartlett. What do you get?
Me too. I want to show this real quick before I lose it. Cheating.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the way to get subscribers. Threaten them.
Yeah. Hit that like button.
She'll throw you in the swamp.
Takes no energy.
Okay. First off, I got luck is on your side. And I think when I first pulled this, I thought, what the hell does that mean? And then Mark said, Bartlett's wanting to come back. So this, I think, is just a confirmation. Luck is on your side. He's going to come back to be with you again. And then I pulled light and Reiki energy needed. So concentrate on just filling your loss up with healing energy. You know that they're at that rainbow bridge, they're doing their thing, they're having a good time. It's those of us left behind that are so sorry, so hurtful because we're without them. But they're okay. You just have to remind yourself of that. Which ended up with have a good cry. Just release it. Let it out. It's sad. It's hard. I still miss my cat that I had for 16 years. That big dumb animal. That was my big tomcat, the one that would turn his back on me when he'd get pissed. And he would make a point of like walking up to me and then turning his back on me to let me know he was mad at me.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I see Amy saying she's moving. Yeah, Amy, let's put that and let him know. Her, it's a little female, although I kind of feel male energy. Uh, that's what's happening, and I can see, unless you're already over there, that it would be better to wait till after the move to get him, because you don't want to have to move him from one continent to another, or her. I keep saying him because I feel like a male energy, but I know it was a she before, Bartlett. Uh, so go ahead, if you're open to that, but say, oh, one thing that will make it, I need to kind of make sure I'm settled first, so that I can be ready for you, or whatever it is. Make that clear and make that agreement, because he really seems pretty determined. I keep saying he. I'm sorry. I know you've told me. So I won't be surprised if it's a little boy. But he says, I'm telling you the truth. I want to come back. And he shows a little kitten again. Look at that little face. Ha! I can do it. He says, look, here he is jumping. Reach for the stars. Courage. I'm ready to do this. I feel like he's ready to do it. Or she. And not only do it, but prove to you that it's the same spirit. So, get clear on when the timing is best for you. And then although I feel like it's going to be ready right when you move. It's not like you move and then there's a long time. No, it's like you move, I'm here. He doesn't want to wait much longer than that, than for you to get settled, or she. Lord of mercy, why do I keep saying? Yeah.
and who's to say that Bartlett's not already over in England waiting for you to get there?
Yeah.
Or they're waiting to come back, waiting for you to be there. Um,
But I feel like it's going to be a youngster, a kitten. It doesn't have to be a newborn, but kind of a kitteny.
yeah, sometimes it could be an older pet. You could just
Yep.
show up or walk into a shelter and they're sitting waiting for you. They've been awaiting.
I don't understand exactly how it works, but I've had before where past pets will come into a grown pet. Like, I don't know, they call it walk ins, or two souls sharing the same body. It's like one uses it to a certain point and then another one jumps in. So sometimes they can do that. I don't really understand it, but quite often I'll get that we can come into an already grown body. If it depends on soul contract and all that, which is kind of complicated. But anyway, yeah. I think she wants to come back, kiddo.
That's what I'm feeling. It's just a matter of a little bit of time.
Yeah.
When the timing's right for you as well as for her. Because right now, I don't think, just because I know you and I kind of know some of your personal background, what's going on, now may not be a good time
Right.
until you get some of that stuff dealt with. And then you're going to be ready. Because you don't want to have an additional burden that you're not quite prepared to deal with at this time.
And he gets that message, Amy, because we're talking to him today about it. And then, sometimes we're talking, I'll just pull a card even though I'm done. Retreat, stop the spin. So he's already got the message. He's going to wait.
There you go.
He'll like kind of pause the process. He wanted to get the message to you, but he can stop the spin, retreat, hang on until you're ready, and then start to, get it going. But he just wants you to be aware. So don't be too surprised when you make your move that one of the first things that happens is a pet.
What cards are those, Mark? I like those.
These are called Cosmic Cat.
Cosmic Cat.
They're really
I'm
fun.
gonna write that down.
Yeah. Do I have the box? I don't, but I got them from Amazon. So if you just push Cosmic Cat, it'll come up. Because then they also have one called Divine Dog, and that's the doggy deck. And they're both really good. They have great images. Look at this cute doggy one that says imagination. And they have imagining
that.
different things and everything. So they're great pictures and stuff.
See, that way I can put them on my Amazon wish list, and
Yeah, they're not too
the
expensive.
next anonymous person will pick one of those and send to me. So,
Like Debbie got hers, I think, from Etsy or something, and then it was so weird. We were off a week, and we both bought a deck of these cards without the other one knowing. Except I bought the cat and she bought the dog because I only saw the cat and she only saw the dog. Because if we'd seen two, we probably would have bought the opposite.
yeah.
And then we both came with our cards together on the reading. And then I found out she spent a ton more for hers because she got them. She was so mad. She got them from Etsy. They're a lot cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah.
So go that route. But they're great. I've loved them ever since I got them.
Yeah.
We both had to immediately get the opposite deck. Yeah.
I had just got a new Oracle deck, Witch's Wisdom.
Cool.
I don't know where they came, who sent them.
Do you like them? Oh, somebody gave them to you? Oh, how nice.
Yeah, somebody sent them. They were on my wish list on Amazon, and then someone else sent me this, the new One World Tarot.
Oh.
So I've got that. I haven't even taken. I've been going through the book.
Is that Lena's?
Yeah, that's Lena and
okay.
I mean, the cards are still in the plastic.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Because I want to cleanse them first and then do like a flip through. But I've been reading the book, and the book is great.
Cool. It looked like a great setup. I saw, is her name Denise? And she was talking about those cards, and I watched that yesterday. Yeah, that's so cool. And you never know what cards are going to resonate with you, or
exactly.
And sometimes all of a sudden I'll just get that deck, and it'll be like one I don't use all the time, but it just happens to be the perfect one for that reading or whatever.
Yeah, so that's like the rainbow, the tarot at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah,
I saw you using, and then I turned around and I bought it.
Yeah,
and I don't use it all the time, but when I do use it, it seems to be perfect for what I need it for.
And those cards have a lot of Pan's energy. Like one of my favorites, of course, it came right up when I picked up the deck, is the Four of Wands in that deck, and it has Pan in the house.
Yeah, doing his thing. Yeah,
being happy. Plus, isn't that a beautiful card? I love that.
It is. Yeah, I love those cards.
I know, they're so cool. Yeah, I know. So you just never know. And there's a deck. I have a couple of decks that really like me to use them when I'm doing politics, and they just really speak in that. So I don't know. You never know. And then those dog and cat decks are both great for animal readings.
Yeah, I like those dog and cat. I'm gonna have to look into that. I want to get a couple of more animal oriented, and then some. Maybe I've been trying to get like cards kind of in different areas because you never know what you're going to read on, and then I've been doing a lot of extra shows. Heather will invite me on her investigative tarot. We're looking to a different case every week or so, and so I've done that a few times, and sometimes it feels like I need a certain kind of card to go with that better. I just haven't found it yet. So,
and that's a nice rabbit hole you can easily fall into.
Oh yeah,
I do that too. Like I have two.
Oh yeah,
decks that I just love to pieces, and I've hardly got to use them because I got them at the very end of the year last year. So I've just been waiting and waiting to use them. because they're really good and they really resonate with me. So I'm anxious to use my Christmas decks.
Yay! Well, it's almost time.
I know. I have a Santa's Helper deck, and then I also have a sparkly deck. So I'm anxious to use them. But I like different ones, different times. So. Oh
The
yeah.
doggy goes behind Mark.
She is not embarrassed. She loves to sleep on her back. That's her favorite position. Usually with all
That's
four
true.
legs just straight up. Uh, Butter sleeps more like she's still snuggled behind me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Alaska back there, the white dog. He's Alaska. Buttercup's the little one that's always in my
Like,
chair.
oh, I heard my name. I got to roll over and see what's happening.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she said, "Are you talking about me? Please, I'm trying to sleep." Look at her. She's looking at us now.
Yep, I see her.
I try to cover that chair with a cover, but she always has to roll and pull it all down and stick it up.
Yeah, my little sofa I have in the living room, I bought a little blanket to put over it, and I've given up trying to keep it or the sofa clean. I keep the blanket to protect the sofa on it because they wallow all over that thing. And
Yeah,
of
I know.
course, the little dog he's a burrower, because he's a Yorkie and a Dachshund mix. So he's always got to dig his hole to lay down in.
I just got a new couch last week. I bought one, and I had to immediately just put cover. I got like a leather kind because I don't want like wet accidents. It's easier to wipe clean stuff. But then I put covers on the cushions because they want to dig and climb and make a nice bed. I'm going, stop digging in my new cushion. But they think I bought it for them, so I don't have much.
Yeah, that's it.
Dad got us a new couch, and isn't it nice? Oh boy.
How fast can we make it ours?
Yeah, Dempsey, that's the way Alaska does. She has to make a big old nest usually and wad everything up because she likes to sleep on my bed too. And I'll get ready to go to bed, and all the covers will be in the middle in a big nest.
Yeah, the little dog will do that with mine.
I didn't really want to sleep in a dog nest. Thank you very much. But Alaska, I'm pretty convinced that she's my raccoon that I had for 16 years. Reincarnated in a dog. Her best friend was a big white shepherd, my raccoon, and they hung out together, watched TV together and stuff. But I think she wanted to see what it was like to be a dog because she thought they got more attention. But this dog, I love her to pieces. But she don't quite know how to be a dog. She always acts like this is her first dog experience.
Maybe it is.
Does a lot of odd things, like she bounces and runs and plays like a raccoon would. She when we first got her, she kept climbing up into the hot tub and just sitting up in it like a raccoon in the pool. She was a small puppy. It wasn't easy to get into. She had to scamper up the side like a raccoon climbing instead of a dog as big as her. And she
Well, as you can see, I've got the bed. My bed's right behind me here. I guess I could scooch this way.
I love the
And
colors.
the split in the curtain, where it is, there it is, right there. On just the other side of the curtain is the sofa. And so the dog will lay on top of the back of the sofa, and then he'll come peek through the curtain. If I'm not laying down in the bed, then he'll come lay in the bed. But the minute I go to bed, then he goes back through the curtain onto the sofa. I'm like, what? You don't want to sleep with me anymore?
Right. Oh, that's so funny. I know, like Alaska, she's a big, people think, oh, she never barks. She never really likes to talk. It has to be a really unusual for her to actually use her voice. And on the other hand, Buttercup really doesn't have a thought she doesn't like to share out loud and tell us all about. She's constantly telling me a very important story. And Alaska's just quietly. And Alaska didn't really know how to do things like a dog does. She didn't understand balls or toys and Buttercup knew everything when she first was born. And so she's tried to teach Alaska how to be a dog. That's my feeling.
Well, Gina, my kitten isn't really a kitten anymore. Well, she's still a kitten, but now she looks like a cat. She's gotten big. And she loves to steal food. So, look, is that him? Just saw his nose poke through the
Oh,
drape for a minute. And I don't know where she's at. She's somewhere in the house. She likes to come. Normally, if I'm on here doing anything, she wants to come lay down on top of the cards, on top of the other keyboard, because I have my other computers on the side of me. And that's the one she likes to, because it's up on a stand, so it's up higher. And she likes to come sit in front of that one, and I'll put cat videos on for her of the birds and the butterflies and stuff. And she'll just sit and watch that thing for hours on it. It's like, don't you get bored with that? Nope. She has herself a ball.
I love
So
that story, LR72 too, about uh, the little kitty needs you to walk him and he drinks moving water. I had a little cat, Margarita, who always preferred to drink out of a bouquet of flowers out of the vase. She loved that. That was her favorite drinking. Or she liked to find kind of, she would drink a
and
drink.
the kitten is not afraid. Minu is not afraid of water.
Yeah.
If I'm in the kitchen in the sink, because I have it's like a window cut open in the wall just over the sink, but it's the living room on the other side. And she'll come sit up in the ledge and watch me if I've got the water going, so she can watch the water. Her favorite place to play is in the bathtub with a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, just the cardboard roll. And she'll get in the tub and she just has herself a
Oh,
ball.
that's so much fun.
So one of these days, I'm going to fill that damn tub up with water and I'm going to let her go run and jump and see what she does. She'll probably do a backstroke for all I know. I mean,
And I agree with that, Amanda. Cats love alternate sources of water. Mine are just so proud if they find their, they have a huge pan of water.
yeah.
And they know where it is. That's the drink. But they're so excited if they find some other place to drink water. Like a couple times I woke up and my one cat will be like dipping her paw into my cup of water and like, oh, I'm so thirsty. And I found your cup. So I'm just going to drink that up a little sip at a time. Or I put out a new water fountain and they were completely convinced that that was just the new cat drinking bowl. Water fountain.
It's so funny because the cat has the smallest set of bowls. It comes in a little stand. And then the little dog has like a medium set of bowls. And then the big dog has a big set of bowls. And they all like take turns drinking out of each other's bowl and eating out of each other's bowl. It's like, I don't even try to separate them anymore. It's like, okay, fine, whatever.
No, they all act like they
Put a scoop of food in all of them, and then I just let them figure it out.
Yeah, it's true. No, I want to eat out of that cat's bowl, and they know full well where their bowl is. But it's like, please don't tell me what to do. Especially kitty cats, they're always like, even if it's the best idea, they won't do it if I say it. You know what I mean? It's like she's dying to get in my lap, and I say, get in my lap. No. Then as soon as I stop, then you go, okay, now I'll get in your lap. Now that you're not saying, get in my lap, I need to always make my own decisions. Okay, a little bit of a nod there.
Drink out of a pint glass. That's great.
I know, they're so funny.
Yeah, she'll come and sniff my glass because I have a top on it. She'll come and sniff around the edge where I drink out of it, get a little taste every now and again. It's nothing but soda or tea, but still.
My animals make me laugh all the time. I wouldn't laugh nearly as much without them. They're just being themselves, but it just always tickles me all the time. And because I have 6 and each one has their own personality, just that interacting between, it's always so funny and fun. I can't imagine not really having animals or at least one pet. Oh,
Well, I got some new people popping in here now as we're getting ready to go. That's usually the way it goes.
hi, Lady Silver.
Lady Silver and sounds like Jean, and
Hey, Jean.
we got to do another
Yeah.
another Pictionary thing, Jean. We got to get together and do that. We had so much fun. Have you done the Pictionary, Mark, with
No.
Tarot
Oh,
Love
I did do
Community?
it. I did do it. I forgot. I did it.
Yeah,
Again.
we had a ball.
Yeah, it was fun. I feel like I had a dummy on my team though, or something. We lost. I can't remember. I think it's second or something. It's been a long time since I did it. Yeah.
Well, thank y'all, everyone, for coming this afternoon. Thank you, Mark, for coming and visiting me down in the swamp and wearing your alligator shirt to show support. And
Swampy.
I'm gonna have to get me an alligator shirt, I guess.
Swampy. I've had this one for a while. I almost wore a dinosaur shirt, and then I thought, oh wait, I have an alligator shirt. That's more swampy.
Yep. Got lots of gators down here. So thank you, everyone, for coming to visit, spending the afternoon with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Mark, for coming to visit, and I hope you come back again.
I will.
Or let me come visit with you.
Yeah,
works.
Both ways.
And, I'm going to tell everybody goodbye for now. Take it easy. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Love you guys.
Bye.